Let's talk a bit about self confidence. How do you build self confidence? I have three things that I want us to talk about. The first thing is be kind on yourself. Be kind on yourself. I think for the longest time we have been taught that we need to be kind to other people. But let me tell you something, you cannot be kind to other people when you are not kind with yourself. What do you tell yourself in your mind? What do you tell yourself when you are alone? What do you tell yourself about yourself? That inner conversation with yourself. What do you tell you? Some people are so good at talking negative, talking evil, talking bad about themselves. They are always reminding themselves of how they failed in the past. They continue to remind themselves how they are good for nothing. You cannot build self confidence when you do not speak good to you. It's very important. It matters what you talk to yourself. But you see, it's difficult for you to speak positive to yourself when you are not reading what is positive, because you speak what is in you. You can't give what you don't have. So, in other words, connected to what you speak to yourself, connected to you being kind to yourself, we also say read and watch videos that teach you to love yourself, to accept yourself the way you are. That's the starting point. The second thing that I want us to talk about is your dressing. For example, you are going out, you're going to work, or you're going to school. You are addressed by the way you dress. We have always been taught that. But do you know that in some cases, you even address yourself by the way that you dress? Have you ever seen how you feel when you put on those clothes that make you feel really good? Those clothes that are good for you. You really feel nice. You look yourself in the mirror and you are saying, wow, boy, you have nailed it. By so doing, your dressing can actually influence your self confidence and your self esteem. Try it the next time you're going to work, the next time you're going to school, the next time you're going for a meeting, the next time you're going for an interview. Be dressed to kill. To kill what? Be dressed to kill lack of self confidence, to kill lack of self esteem. That is your number two. And of course, the third thing that I want us to talk about is focus on your strengths. What are those things that make you tick? What are those things that make you stand out? Maybe you are a very good speaker. That's your strength. Emphasize on it, sharpen it. Any tool that is not sharpened cannot work at its best. Imagine cutting a tree using a blunt axe. Or maybe you are cutting meat using a blunt knife. You have to struggle. What am I saying? Discover your strengths. Write them down. What are your strengths? What are you excellent at? Maybe you are a good listener. You must take advantage of your good listening skills. Now, at the same time, it might be good for you also to sharpen your questioning skills, because sometimes it's not just about listening, but also it's about asking the right questions. When you ask people the right questions and you listen carefully, then your strengths will increase and you become a better person. Maybe you are very good at problem solving. Maybe you are very good at writing. Maybe that's your strength. What are your strengths? What are your strengths? Maybe you are good at pitching. Maybe you are good at making new friends. I don't know what it is that is so good about you. Maybe you always dress so well that people want to be close to you. Maybe it's a sense of humor that you have. Wherever you are, whatever you say, even if you don't laugh, but people will laugh. Discover your strengths and emphasize on those strengths so that you grow in the strengths. Some people spend so much time looking at their weaknesses. Your weaknesses, some of them possibly, you will be able to work on them to become better. But I can assure you, it's much easier and it's much faster for you to become a better person and have more self-confidence and have a higher self-esteem when you emphasize on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. All right, so let's just do sort of a summary of what we said. If you are going to have self-confidence, if you are going to have a high self-esteem, the first thing we said, be kind to yourself. Be what? Be kind to yourself. Stop talking negative to yourself. And I'm gonna skip number 2 so that I can see you commenting in the comment section. Do you remember what I said in number 2? And of course, number 3. What did we say? We want to see whether you are a good class. So I gave you number 1. What about number 2 and number 3? Let me know. How is your self-confidence at the end of the day? Do you have a high self-esteem? Do you have a lot of self-confidence, or you need to work on it? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you. I love you. Dr. Wilbert Mtoko signing out.